Design Psychology, Project 1, Strangely Familiar. This is an observational case study which aims to observe for the purpose of design demands making the familiar strange. I selected an outdoor leisure space in front of Garden Point Library, where I almost pass by every day. And I spent 4 weeks to observe person-environment interactions in this space. Here are from introduction to observational information and site appraisal, occupant behavior, and design recommendations. And here are the series which are relevant. Let's start from where is a site. I choose an open area which is in front of the library front door and is in the corner of the B block. I chose different time and day to go to the site for different reasons. For example, rush hour after class and lunch time and even weekday night. Physical size and layout. Physical traces, adaptation, separations. The site can be divided into two areas, which is bench area and bench with table and shelter area. These two parts can be separated with different materials and different height. The shelter area is higher than the bench area, and it has a handrail around which info-has or have a hint that it's a more private area. As for the connections of these two parts, here has some physical connection, 2 steps to the upper platform, and green space which link these two, and they also have visual connections. The edges of the site is not really clear enough because of the material of the flooring. It's just slightly different from the pedestrian. Past 1, there is an attractive painting on the left wall which can be seen as a landmark. But from this pass, the site is almost hidden by the wall. Pass 2 is in front of the library, where we can see the whole site clearly, so that people can be attracted to stop and have a rest in the site. In this way, which is in the middle of B Block and Art Museum, people can see trees along the road, which can suggest that there are some open green space in front. Emotional feeling in a warm sunny afternoon. All the feeling are pretty relaxed, calm, pleased, and content at that moment, like pretty positive and relaxed, just because the arousal in this whole open space are green, warm, quiet, and there was no one dominant the space. And environmental load, as for intensity, which can be created by the shade of the high trees and buildings beside the site, and people keep passing by and make this place that cannot stay for a long time. Emotional appraisal using Brunswick's probabilistic functionalism structure. You can see from this picture, at that moment, as a perceiver, I judged the sighting really beautiful because at that moment, all the perception I had was comfortable, bright, warm, lovely, open, undisturbed, and so on. Just because of the digital cues make a lot of achievement. All the things at that moment I see is the green space, the bright color, bright sunlight, and the lovely birds. Emotional appraisal in a cold windy night. The most emotion at that moment was calm, sincere, a little bit bored, and tired or sleepy, just because of the dim yellow light. And it was cold and windy, and really, really quiet. Even can hear the wind blow the leaves, and almost nobody passing by. James Gibson's affordance theory. The raised platform was designed for the space separation, which is its original affordance, but the user's behaviors and interactions with it provided new affordance. First, putting back. Due to it's really near to the water bottle filling station, so When a lot of students who were carrying heavy bags come to fill water, they usually put their bag on the platform beside, really naturally. Second, seating. A girl just sat on the platform, even there were available bench in the side. Just because the height of the platform is really similar to the sitting human scale, which is around 45 to 50 centimeters. And third one is trying shoes. One boy passed by, just bent over to tie his shoes on the platform because of the right height too. Personal space. People tend to occupy at least half of the bench to create a personal space, which is around 1.2 meters. Intimate distance. When a bench already been occupied by someone else, people have no choice but to sit the other side of the bench. So they have to give up their personal space and then sit in an intimate distance to a completely stranger for a short while, even without any verbal or physical contact. Public distance. In the bench with table area, the seat in the corner which can provide higher level personal space usually will be occupied first. The middle one usually is the last to be considered. So people stay in the corner so that they can stay in the public distance to avoid communication. Sociofugal setting. All the benches are arranged to face opposite direction to keep occupants' interpersonal space more largely. This arrangement can afford its public distance. Each occupant tends to occupy their bench by their own, and almost each of them keep heads down to stare at their own devices and doesn't communicate to each other. Surprisingly, birds. After having lunch in the sighting, occupants' leftover food debris always attract little birds to come around. Some occupants will feed and interact with the birds, but some of them were freaked away by the birds. Behavior limitation. There is only one power outlet point in the site. It's in the corner of the bench with table area, and it's a little bit far away from the seat. Because of this limitation, the occupant has no choice but to turn around to charge his laptop. Behavior limitation. There is no specific light in the shelter area at night. The only one light source is from the LED light for the B block signs. So that girl just chose to set under the light, and even for the only one power out light in the corner. The current benches only have horizontal surface, which can only afford to sitting on. But occupants' sitting postures keep saying that there needs for a surface, maybe vertical surface, to lean on. In response to the behavior limitation, the design recommendation for this whole space is more lights, more power outlet point, more flexible and lively layout, maybe some separated socio-petal and socio-fugal arrangement of furnitures, benches and stairs which have some vertical support to afford people to lean on, more natural and light color material of the furnitures and flooring, distinctive flooring from the pedestrian to suggest the age of the site, birds feeding equipment.